Hello, basketball people, we have news. Let's go to more news about the Golden State Warriors. I ask you to give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, as I am a Warriors fan. If the Warriors manage to sign a new center, it will raise the Lakers' level, and a great option is to bring in Daniel Gafford from the Dallas Mavericks. The Dallas Mavericks have a lot of talent in the paint, so this will be an opportunity for the Warriors to trade for Daniel Gafford. One way to solve this, according to Blue Man Hoop's Peter O'Keefe, would be to trade for one of these big men. A healthy Daniel Gafford could certainly add a rebounding and rim-protecting presence that the Warriors still need at times, giving them an upgrade on what they thought Tracy Jackson-Davis might be for them by his third season, O'Keefe said Tuesday. The 27-year-old averaged 12.3 points, 6.8 rebounds, and 1.8 blocks last season, having been a key part of the franchise's run to the NBA Finals the year before. Golden State has relied much too heavily on Draymond Green and Al Horford so far, and it's clear neither of these players is at the same level they were just a few years ago. Gafford wouldn't hurt the Warriors offensively and would only improve their defense. His rim protection and pick-and-roll game are great, and most importantly, would take the load off of some of the Warriors' frontcourt. Dallas may be looking to trade him to free up Derek Lively, Anthony Davis, and even Cooper Flagg and PJ Washington. When the team appoints a new general manager, it will be interesting to see how they handle Gafford's situation. If he does end up on the trade block, like rumors say he will, the Warriors would be an ideal team to trade for him. Golden State Warriors exposed by OKC Thunder in 24-point blowout loss, they aren't real contenders. The Golden State Warriors were absolutely decimated by an OKC Thunder team without Jalen Williams, despite Stephen Curry's return. The Golden State Warriors now find themselves struggling to build momentum this season, as they are now 6-6 for the season. Their latest 102-126 loss to the Oklahoma City Thunder was utterly devastating, as the defending NBA champions absolutely exposed the Warriors and the gulf in class between the two sides. Prior to this game, Steve Kerr admitted that the Warriors needed to get better as the season rolled on. This performance isn't going to earn his praise anytime soon. Kerr called out the Warriors' young players for their lack of competitive fire recently. Well, that competitive fire was nowhere to be found against the Thunder, even from their veteran superstars. Golden State Warriors get blown out by OKC Thunder. The Oklahoma City Thunder were dominant against the Golden State Warriors from the opening tip. The Warriors were never able to get going for some reason. On the night of his return, Stephen Curry struggled massively, scoring just 11 points while going 4-13 from the field and 1-5 from beyond the arc. Jimmy Butler was equally underwhelming, putting 12 points on just 2-3 shooting, earning 8 trips to the free throw line. It was Jonathan Kuminga who led the Warriors in scoring with 13 points on 6-9 shooting. While the Warriors were struggling, the Thunder were thriving. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander continued his brilliant season with a 28-point outing while also dishing out 11 assists. Chet Holmgren was also great, putting up a 23-point double-double with 11 rebounds. Ajay Mitchell also impressed fans with his 17-point outing. This game was a sign of just how far the Warriors are from being legitimate contenders in the NBA, as they got absolutely decimated by the defending champions. Is it time for the Warriors to make some changes to their roster? The Golden State Warriors just can't seem to get a good run of games under their belt after their 5-1 start to the NBA season. In their last 6 games, the Warriors are 1-5, winning just one game against the Indiana Pacers. Similar to last season, the Warriors have come crashing down after a strong start to the NBA season. If there are similarities to last season, is it time for the Warriors to consider a trade to fix their roster? They do have a tradable asset in Jonathan Kuminga, who has started the season really well. Perhaps the Warriors can use Kuminga and some other fringe players to make a trade and land a starting quality center. Jimmy Butler says Warriors players need to start sacrificing something. The Thunder beat the Warriors 126-102 on Tuesday night, and Golden State has now lost 4 of its last 5 games to drop to 6-6 on the season. Draymond Green offered a harsh assessment of the team after the game, saying that it didn't seem like everyone was committed to winning, and he was not alone. Jimmy Butler spoke with the media in the locker room after the game and agreed with Green's assessment, saying the players have to fight every night, which they aren't doing right now. Everybody has to be honest with themselves. Jimmy Butler says players need to sacrifice for the greater good of the team and show more fight. I think he's partly correct, said Butler. We just gotta get back to doing whatever it takes to win. Everybody might have to sacrifice something. I can't tell you what that sacrifice might be for every individual. It may be different for every individual, every single night. It's got to get back to winning is the main thing, and the only thing. It's gonna be the collective of the group has to figure out what is needed to win. I just think that the fight's not always there, Butler said in a follow-up. If you're not making shots, it's giving us an out to not guard. Whatever reason that might be. You gotta fight no matter what. Butler was traded to the Warriors last season after he lost his joy playing with the Heat. Butler played 5 years in Miami before things went south with the franchise. In March, the Warriors sounded like they weren't worried about Butler's honeymoon phase, but he's only been with the team for 41 regular season games and things are already sounding kind of joyless. Draymond Green blasts Warriors for a lack of commitment to winning. Golden State Warriors veteran forward Draymond Green doesn't think that everyone on the team is committed to winning this season. Through 12 games of action, the Warriors are 6-6 and just 1-6 on the road. This obviously isn't acceptable for a team that was expected to be in the thick of the contender conversation in the Western Conference this season. Golden State's latest loss came to the defending champion Oklahoma City Thunder, 126-102, and afterwards Green called out the team for a perceived lack of commitment to winning. I think everybody was committed to winning, back then, and doing that any way possible, Green said. Right now, it doesn't feel that way. Green didn't name names, but he delivered a message about personal agendas, and how those agendas need to fit within the framework of the team for there to be collective success. I think everyone has a personal agenda in this league, Green said. But you have to make those personal agendas work within the team confines. If it doesn't work, you kind of got to get rid of your agenda or eventually the agenda is the cause of someone getting rid of you. After missing 3 games with an illness, Steph Curry returned against the Thunder and admitted that even he fell into an agenda mindset as he tried to find his rhythm, although Curry is almost assuredly not who Green was referring to in his comments. I kind of fell into the agenda thing a little bit myself, Curry said. Trying to get myself going. But the bigger issue when you lose is you start to look around and figure out what's the issue. Commitment to winning is just running the floor, rebounding, taking care of the basketball. It's not really about shots going in or not. Green is Golden State's vocal leader, so he's going to make his feelings known. But, improvement often comes from within, and Green should probably look in the mirror before pointing the finger elsewhere, as his own play has left a lot to be desired this season. Against Oklahoma City he posted just 3 points, 2 rebounds, and 4 assists. Something is wrong with the Golden State Warriors. On the night Stephen Curry returned from his 3-game illness absence, the Golden State Warriors should have been excited. They were not. The Oklahoma City Thunder handled the Dubs, and afterward, Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green both shared some concerning thoughts. Butler is calling for sacrifice, saying that everybody has to be honest with themselves about how they are or aren't contributing to the good of the entire team. Moore, a former Knicks role player, owns a $10 million island. Draymond Green was maybe even a bit more pointed in his take. Everyone has a personal agenda, but you have to make this personal agenda work in the team, Green said. There will be plenty of speculation about whether there's 1 or 2 specific players being referenced by the 2 veteran stars. The reality is that any sort of internal conflict with these Warriors is a bad sign. At their peak, the Warriors operated as one unit, moving in sync on and off the court. Sure, Green often found his way into some spats, but that was part of what made it all work. The fact that Butler and Green feel the Warriors aren't currently connected in the way that they should be is not a good sign. Golden State built its roster to win now, led by the aging trio of Curry, Green and Butler. If the other pieces aren't doing their parts, Golden State won't stand a chance in the loaded Western Conference. the Warriors have solved internal strife before. To make this season count, it looks like they'll have to do it again. Warriors Stephen Curry confesses falling victim to agenda trap during Thunder debacle. With the Golden State Warriors suffering an ugly loss to the Oklahoma City Thunder on Tuesday night, 126-102, there was a ton of speculation about comments made by the team's top players. As the Warriors next face the San Antonio Spurs, star Stephen Curry speaks about getting back on track. Curry had missed the last 3 games with an illness, but has also been in a shooting slump. After being asked about Draymond Green's comments, saying that players have to work through a personal agenda, the star had an honest retort. He would mention how he fell into that agenda, saying that in the contest against the Thunder, he tried to get himself going as Curry scored 11 points. "I kind of fell into the agenda thing a little bit myself," Curry said, according to ESPN, making 4 of 14 shots from the field. "Trying to get myself going. But the bigger issue when you lose is you start to look around and figure out what's the issue. Commitment to winning is just running the floor, rebounding, taking care of the basketball. It's not really about shots going in or not." Looking at Green's comments, the agenda comment comes after Golden State falling off after starting 5-1, now being 6-6/. "Everyone has a personal agenda in this league," Green continued. "But you have to make this personal agenda work within the team confines. And if it doesn't work, then you kind of got to get rid of your agenda. Or eventually, the agenda is the cause of someone getting rid of you. You don't want a team with no personal agendas because a goal is an agenda. So you got to have some kind of personal agenda." While the Warriors now look at getting positive injury updates on Green and Curry for their next game in San Antonio, the team has to get the motivation to win back like they had last season. Still, Curry would say how the vibes are still high, despite the slump, via Anthony Slater. "We're not winning, and we can point at certain things we can do in the game to either sacrifice for a teammate," Curry said. "When things get a little rocky, like they did tonight, try to go outside of just looking at the stat sheet. We need to find winning plays that will help." It remains to be seen if Curry will end up playing, but Golden State looks to get back in the win column with a victory over the Spurs on Wednesday night. Brandon Podziemski Stephen Curry both drew eye rolls within Warriors organization. The Golden State Warriors lost another road game this season, and it marked their 6th consecutive road loss. The Warriors have been up and down this season, and after starting off strong, things have seemingly cooled down for them. Draymond Green has never been shy of sharing his thoughts, and after the 126-102 loss to the Oklahoma City Thunder, he noted that it doesn't feel like the team is committed to winning and that they have agendas. The word agenda seemed to catch the eye of many, and there are a few people who come to mind when it comes to that term and the Warriors, according to ESPN's Anthony Slater. When the term agenda enters the mix, the attention tends to shift toward 2 of the Warriors' youngest core members who have been outspoken about their desire for more: third-year guard Brandon Podziemski and fifth-year forward Jonathan Kuminga, Slater wrote. Podziemski made a number of comments in the lead-up to the season about his long-term career ambitions, including a news conference answer to a question about whether he wanted to be as great as Steph Curry. Slater continued. Podziemski said he wants to be better than him, an answer that elicited some eye rolls and continued references from several within the organization. Podziemski's numbers, 12.0 points, 4.7 rebounds, 3.1 assists, are relatively stable from a season ago. For Podziemski, he hasn't shown a real leap yet in his career where the team may feel comfortable giving him the keys after Curry is gone. He still has a lot to work on, and it's uncertain if he'll ever reach that next gear, which is why the organization feels that way. Takeaways from Warriors' 126-102 loss to the Thunder. A humbling defeat for the Golden State Warriors as they lost by 24 points to the Oklahoma City Thunder. This 126-102 loss revealed glaring issues on both ends of the floor and in post-game comments, which, regardless of hearing only 12 games, have sounded alarms for fans and analysts alike. This wasn't just a bad night, it was a clear sign of low buy-in, poor communication, and a lack of defensive prowess. Despite being shorthanded, the Thunder dominated an inept Golden State team. OKC is miles ahead of the Warriors. OKC shot 50.6% from the field and 44.4% from beyond the arc, playing with purpose throughout the game. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander proved why he's one of the best players in the league, carving up Golden State with a 28-point, 11-assist masterclass. Chet Holmgren dominated on both ends, finishing with 23 points and 11 rebounds. It was a nearly flawless performance from the Thunder. The Warriors are much worse than projected. What's most concerning for the Warriors is their lack of urgency on both ends. Defensive lapses have become habitual, and a starting lineup with 3 non-shooters is a recipe for disaster, especially when the same predictable approach is used every game. The Warriors look disconnected so early in the season, which is a poor sign. It's a troubling trend for the future of this veteran team. Until they commit to effort, accountability, and team defense, they'll continue to be prey for young, hungry teams like Oklahoma City, which showed what true camaraderie and collective focus can achieve. The Warriors aren't just losing games, they're losing their identity.